Like, we're talking about players that kind of, it doesn't really matter what their coach is. But, like, I think Caitlin's one of them. I think Caitlin's at that stage where she's an MVP. It doesn't matter who her coach is. But, like, I don't really see how, like, when it comes to next season, like, how Stephanie White can stay in this job. I just don't. Like, for me, it just feels like it's one of those things where I don't get how you can look at Stephanie White and say, okay, like, we're going to run with a coach that, like, the fans have turned on. The fans have turned on. The players are behind her. But, like, they need to make a big playoff run. If the Fever get first rounded, and they really could, you can't go in next year with Stephanie White as head coach because you need to change something because your team's going to be worse than next year. Like, unless Sophie Cunningham plays at a minimum, Sophie Cunningham's gone. Unless both Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell take pay or leave a lot of money on the table, one of them's gone. Unless they can find a way to trade. Unless they can find a way to trade, one of Mo Billings or Alexi Hull. And by the way, Mo Billings is starting to give you something. Like, Mo Billings is really starting to give you something. So, I'll give credit where credit's due there. Mo Billings, as soon as she got put to the bench, I think Mo Billings has been really decent. Like, but now it's a situation where as an organization, I think it's a real tough one to keep a coach in that clearly doesn't play to your player strengths. Like, whatever you want to say, she does about Caitlin. And I think Caitlin's so good that it doesn't really matter. Like, I think Caitlin is that good that she can kind of overrule the game style going against her. Like, she can force the pace, whereas not a lot of other people can. Like, the half-court sets Stephanie White's running, unless they're to Kelsey Mitchell, are near disaster. There's a couple of pin-down ones to Caitlin Clark, and you know what? In the from those pin-downs, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, yeah, that's cool. But, like, other than quick hitters, their actual motion offense is horrendous. Their actual motion offense is absolutely horrendous. It is laughably bad. Like, when Kelsey Mitchell's on the floor, at least they just go iso ball. They go away from it. And at least they just go iso ball. But they don't. They don't go iso ball. They don't, they don't have anything. That motion offense does not work. The forcing Aaliyah Hub in the Alyssa Thomas role does not work. Like, they're running the same system the Connecticut Sun ran in 2024, which was one of the worst offenses in the WNBA. And this team is scoring 100 and something points scoring nearly 100 a game despite that. They're not doing it because of Stephanie White. They are, like, actively doing that while playing in a system that basically limits their ability to be creative in the half court. Their entire half court offense is, can Caitlin or Kelsey Mitchell go ISO? The pick and roll is gone. Like, it's gone. Like, they don't do it anymore. It's not like, we're going to run it less. We're going to run it at certain times. It's gone. It's actually gone out of the offense entirely. And we're looking now at a team that, when they're at their best, is unguardable because you employ Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell and Leah Boston. They are the 3 of the 15 best players in the world. And 2 of the best 5. Like, you're not going to make back-to-back all W first teams, which Kelsey Mitchell is a lock to do, and not have someone call you a top 5 player in the world. I'm doing that. I'm going as far as to say that. Like, you have 2 of those, and that's why the offense is so good. And the defense is still being iffy. It's gotten better. It really has gotten better. But it just still does not feel like in any way Stephanie White has adapted her coaching to Caitlin Clark. In no way. And it says here, motion offense requires high IQ from all 5 players on the court. Yes, it requires high IQ from all 5 players on the floor. It requires every player to be a threat. It realistically, one of those things where I also think it requires non-ball dominant guards, which Caitlin Clark isn't, and it requires like certain things. Like, there are certain things that it requires that I don't think the Fever team suited. I don't think it suits Caitlin Clark. To an extent, I don't even think it suits Kelsey Mitchell. She just goes ISO, and it's the best tough shot maker in history right now. In history. And it just feels like, again, ending it talking about people going to hell. And everyone's like, oh, it's only the online parasocial. Man, people were booing her in the arena. People were booing her in the arena. It is basically anyone that doesn't like Stephanie White should go to hell. Like, we understand the general gist of that. Like, and again, I hope she does well. And if the Fever win a playoff series or they make the finals, she's going nowhere, and rightfully so. I think she earned her spot back this season. I was worried about her, whether or not she was going to be a coach at one stage. But, like, it's one of those things now where I think for the sake of everybody, like, for the sake of her own reputation, like, she still got a reputation as one of the best coaches in the league. I don't necessarily think she is that, but that is the reputation. A lot of people have asked, they're like, what is Stephanie White good at as a coach? Genuinely. What, like, on the basketball court, what is Stephanie White good at as a coach? And I want anyone to answer that question. Like, is she good at creating open looks for her best players? No. She employs Caitlin Clark, who gets Kelsey Mitchell open. Her team employs Caitlin Clark. Is she a good defensive coach? No. Is she good at ATOs? Austin Kelly draws the ATOs. Is she good at dealing with players as people? And is she good at delegating her responsibility and, you know, getting everybody on board and instilling an us against the world attitude? Yes, that is what she does well. But you're never winning a title on that shit. You are never winning a title with that type from that. The hope is you can win a playoff series or 2. But Stephanie White feels like a stopgap coach that is the coach that is there to make the Indiana perennial playoff borderline contending team. And then when they actually do, or if they're ever going to be what the Aces are, because the Mystics are coming, you got to do it quick. It's got to be with an offensive coach. It's got to be with a coach that's going to outgun teams. They got to do something. It feels like she is a stopgap coach, but it also feels like they're going to hold on to her too long. So yeah, I will see you guys.